Welcome back to MDL Crochet for our tutorial on the Harvester Infinity Scarf. I did the Infinity Scarf with the Red Heart Roll With It Sparkle, which is a 97% acrylic, 3% other fibers, 561 yards or 513 meters, 5.29 ounces or 150 grams. It is a medium 4 weight, but in my opinion it's a little bit smaller than that. Now I used one full cake to make the Infinity Scarf, and I used a 6.5 millimeter Tunisian crochet hook. Now it is done in blocks. It is the harvester stitch, but I altered it slightly for this pattern. It is a total of 97 blocks or 6 feet 72 inches or 1.82 meters or 182 centimeters. Again, it is done in block sections, and I'll show you how we do that here in just a second. And then you do the join, which is at the end. Close off and the join. It's also 32 stitches wide or 7 inches, or 17 centimeters. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this stitch needs to be done in multiples of 3 plus 2. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a chain of 20. Alright, so I have my chain of 20. Now we're going to go ahead and pull up our foundation row, which our foundation row is always pulled up in our back bumps. So go ahead and pull up your back bumps and get the foundation row going. Alright, so we have our foundation row pulled up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start the actual harvester stitch. If you need a refresher on the harvester stitch, I'll put it right here, but we're also going to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over first because we're subtracting 3. We need to add 3 back. This is us adding the 1 of the 3 back. Then you're going to simple stitch 3 loops together. You're going to go through the 3 loops and then yarn over and pull through all 3. Now we got 2 of the 3 back. That very first loop that we went through, you're going to put your needle through it, yarn over, and pull that up, a loop up. That'll give us our 3 back. Yarn over, and after you complete it, you have to yarn over. Simple stitch 3 together, 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over and pull through all 3. And then you're going to go back into that very first one again, and then pull up a loop into that. It's going to be a little tight. Yarn over, simple stitch 3 together, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And then you're going to go back into that very first one, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So you have all 3 back. Yarn over, simple stitch 3 together, 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Go back into that very first one, yarn over, and pull up your loop. And that is all you're going to do on your first row. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to go back into that very first one, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And then you're going to yarn over, go through 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then go back into the very first one, yarn over and pull up your loop. Your end stitch is always the same, and your return pass is a standard return pass. Just you will have to pay attention to your yarn over. So when you pull up your loop in your end stitch, then you're going to chain 1, then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And be careful with the yarn overs. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, 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 pull through 2. So the next step of the 3-row repeat is we're just going to pull up simple stitches. Now you got that yarn over. You need to make sure you get those yarn overs. And you're going to pull up your simple stitch in them, and then you have your normal other 2 vertical bars you can see right away. And pull up your simple stitches. And again, it's that yarn over right there that we need to go behind and pull up our simple stitch. And then the next 2 simple stitches are easy to find. 1, and 2. Again, they yarn over and pull up your simple stitch, and then the other 2 simple stitches will be easier to find. We're going to do that all the way down and then do a standard return pass. That what we are doing right now is the harvester stitch. However, we're going to be doing something different. And I will show you what that is here in just a moment. And the end stitch is the exact same with the return pass. So pull up your loop, yarn over and chain 1, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and continuously yarning over and pulling through 2 until you have that 1 loop left on your hook. Alright, so how we're changing this up is we're going to do a row of reverse stitches. If you need a refresher on what a reverse stitch is, I'll be putting a link right here for you. But what we're going to do is just move your yarn out of the way. Pinch it, move it, pinch it, and then you're looking for that back bar. That you want that back bar, and then you're going to yarn over and pull up your loop. That's a reverse stitch. And you're going to do that all the way down. I like to go through this way instead of having it all like this because it's just easier, in my opinion, on your body and your hands. And you just go through, poke through, and then split the 2 bars, and then just pull up the back one. That makes it easier for me. But this is row 3 of our 3-row repeat. And we're going to do it again. Our reverse stitches. And then we'll do another section. Another row 1, 2, and 3. So continue with your reverse stitches. And your end stitch is the same. And it's a standard return pass. So you'll chain 1, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way down to the end till you only have that 1 loop left on your hook. Alright, we're coming up the last few right now. And we're going to start row 1 of the 3-row repeat again. So yarn over, simple stitch 3 together, 1, 2, 3, yarn over and pull through all 3, backtrack to the very first one, and just isolate the first one, yarn over, and pull up your loop, and get your 3 back again. Yarn over, pull through, simple stitch 3 together, yarn over and pull through all 3, backtrack to the very first one, and isolate it, and pull up your loop, yarn over and pull through. And then yarn over, simple stitch 3 together, 1, 2, and 3, yarn over and pull through all 3. Then you're going to go back to the very first one, isolate it, pull up your loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, simple stitch 3 together, 1, 2, and 3, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then you're going to go back to that very first one to pull up your loop. And that is the row 1 of this 3-row repeat. And the return pass is all the same. The end stitch is normal. And then just standard return pass. Watch out for these yarn overs right here because they can get lost on you. Or you can slip right on through them. Alright, so now we're going to do row 2 of the 3-row repeat. And that is where we got to get our little sidebars here. Little angled ones that is our yarn over. You're going to put your needle behind them and pull it up so you can pull up a simple stitch. And then the other 2 bars are just regular simple stitches, and you can see them right away. You find the angle, that's your yarn over. You'll go behind it and push it up like I just did, and then pull up your loop. And then the other 2 are just standard simple stitches, and you're going to do that all the way down. And then your return pass is your standard return pass. Chain 1, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, all the way down to the end, and then we'll do row 3 of the 3-row repeat. So row 3 is nothing but reverse stitches. So go ahead and pull up your reverse stitches, and then it's a standard return pass. And then I'm going to do 1 row off camera, so we can come back and I can show you how to close it off. Alright, so I'm getting ready to pull through the last stitch now, and this will show us how to do the closure. So instead of completing row 3, you're still going to do row 3, but row 3 is also going to be your closing row. So when you get to your length that you want, then for the last row of row 3, you're going to do a reverse stitch close off, and that is just pull up the reverse stitch like you normally would, and then you're going to slip it off, and you're going to do that all the way down, and just keep slipping it off. Pull up your reverse stitch and slip off, and that is how you're going to do it. And then you're going to leave yourself a very long tail once you get to the end, so that way you can use it to sew your 2 sides together so you can make your infinity scarf. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to show you this all again here in just a second on the actual infinity scarf. I'll see you in just a second. Now to close it off, you just need to do a reverse stitch close off. And to do a reverse stitch close off, you pull up your reverse stitch like you normally would, and you're only wanting 1 loop left on your hook. So you're just going to pull it off and slip it off. And then you got to do that for every one of these stitches. So we need to close the project off, and not only that, it adds symmetry to our project because between each section we did a row of reverse stitch. So we need to continue that, and this will be our end and our close off. So we're going to go ahead and just finish closing off in the reverse stitch slip off. And be sure to leave yourself a really decent long tail, because that's how we're going to connect our 2 sides together. So go ahead and finish up doing your reverse stitch slip off, and then we'll come back and then we're going to join our 2 sides together. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to flip. This is the ends, the right side. So you're going to flip them up and take your 2 ends and let them meet up. And that's how we're going to sew, because you got your chevrons. You got a chevron here, and you have a chevron there, and you're just going to stitch right through it. And you're going to do that all the way down, and then weave in your tail, and you are done. So I'm going to go ahead, I am going to go get this going, and you just go through the chevrons. You're going to have to bend them just a little bit, your side, so you can see them, but you'll be able to see them. And then just go through. That's how you're going to sew it together. So let me go ahead and get this done, and then we'll come back and we will look at our finished product. Alright, so we have our scarf stitch. This is the seam, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Now, I did not block this because I do like the angle that it made, because with these stitches, it's the combination of the harvester and the purl does make it do a lean, but I think that actually plays really well with what I'm trying to go for here. So I didn't block it to make it straight. I left it this way on purpose because I think it just adds to the project itself. And you could block it if you want to, but you don't really have to. It is a very lightweight infinity scarf, depending on the yarn you're using, of course. It is very comfortable and elegant, if I must say so. And remember, if you can give me a like and subscribe, it'd be greatly appreciated. And I will comment back to you. And as always, folks, keep stitching.